hammerhead is not to attack it with fighters. If you bring fighters, you have to bring a lot of them, but this will not be like... The way where I would like this to be is that the numbers actually matter, right? Like at the moment, if you go with one constellation or one hammerhead against a single fighter, and the single fighter actually gets in range of the hammerhead, I want that fighter to die, like very, very quickly. So it's just not a valid target. It's like
Yes, but again, he's not addressing that happens now. They have achieved that. So yes, he's saying things that make sense, but he's not answering the problem. As far as I'm aware, like, correct me if I'm wrong, he's saying if they're in weapon range of the hammerhead, he will, then we'll let him cook. Okay.
Or with, like, you know, air defense turrets or something like that. If you go into an area that is bespoke created for killing fighters, the fighters should suffer. And this is also the direction I got from above, by the way, right? Like, we want ships, like large ships and capital ships, we want these things to be actual problems that players have to solve. But there's not like a one-to-one relationship there, right? If you want to bring down a hammerhead,
on a certain ship, you can have that act in a way that forces them into that firing range. And that was the only time where things got a little bit heated. And I didn't take it personally at all, just so you know. I had some people make comments like, were you mad when he did it? No. Again, he's passionate, and that's it. Like, I wasn't mad at all. But that was the one part where I was like trying to get this point that Yogi's saying out, and I just couldn't get it.
Changing the ratio.
I said, do we have lore for that?
So the thing with lore is the thing with lore is if we change something and we need lore to explain that, they will find a way.
They'll figure it out. Yeah.
Right now we're not basing the gameplay on the lore. I mean, sometimes maybe yes, but it needs to it needs to fit in the whole systemic solution of flight and combat, right? So and you can easily explain it. You could say, hey, this is a dedicated turret. It has some really cool high pressure capacitors, just that flop the thing out faster. So I mean, like we can make it up. We can make it up whatever we want. We can also just create variations of these weapons, which we can attach to turrets if we want to, right? So
some good old nanotechnology.
Okay, so
it's nanotechnology,
yeah. So it sounds like to me, and I agree with this.
The answer is yes, actually. Yes, kind of. I feel like we always ended up winning out. And no chance in Atmo. I'm just thinking of my experiences so far, and there was a few times where, like, absolutely dumpstered people. But when I was going against, like, Shadow Moses guys and some, like, good pilots, there were times where it was very hard to track them. But again, that is something that can be tuned and balanced in a way that they can make it work eventually. It might not work now, but as long as it's what they want and they're capable of working there over time, then I'm okay with it. But yeah, interesting.
Now, I agree with this, and I've been arguing for this, that ammunition of higher velocity projectiles. I think some of the SIG guys tried it out on the
The Idris has custom. The Idris has just custom weaponry. It's I think the weapons are a little bit faster, but these are at the moment it uses custom weapon records. I would like to go into.
Oh, thank you. You can circle a hammerhead with a gladius and master modes, and turrets can barely hit you. If the hammerhead boosts away, it makes it perfect. Okay.
Be in a situation where that is not necessary. We actually have the proper weapons on there, and not just like buffed weapons. But I mean, yeah, it's the difference.
Yeah, because you can tie it in the power plant, right? You have a bigger ship, bigger power plant.
Yeah, sure.
Power weapons, blah blah blah, right?
Yeah.
But the idea is the ratio is what's in question. So if you're going to adjust it so the ratio means if I'm a fighter and I'm engaging, I'm hitting you, then you can also hit me, right? Because we got to get away from this idea of I can hit you indefinitely forever and you can never hit me. That's how we get the whole.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, it's like similar. If you.
Yeah, and the key there is especially with anti-fighter weapons, it will shrug you off, and that is the shield tech, and in combination with the maelstrom tech. that they want to do. Whatever. I don't like using the word tech, but like a change to the way shields work, and then the milking thing, right? That's what should do that. And I got a lot of pushback about that when I brought that up. But
if you have, I don't know, M16, you go to an Abrams tank and you shoot at it. The Abrams is like,
What are you doing?
it's like grunt, right? Yeah. It's similar. Like a good case when like from platforms like DCS, you can attack a tank with your 20mm and a Hornet. With a tank care, no, right? You can outrange it. I mean, the tank will probably not hit back because it doesn't have any effective weaponry, but sometimes that kind of stuff happens. If you have like, an unequal set of like options.
Look, we agree on this. Like I'm 100%. I totally